Simon & Schuster Audio presents Small Joys by Elvin James Mensah, read by Paul Mendez. Part 1, Chapter 1. I had never thought much about birds before I met Muddy. Any interest that I had in them, and the various species that inhabited Britain, was because of him. There were a lot of things I hadn't considered before I met him. I'd often thought of life as something to be bargained with, to be battled with. It was an entity to which you repeatedly justified your existence, to which you made your case for why it deserved to be embellished with happiness and love and friendship. There was something almost mythical about people for whom it hadn't been this way, people who were simply entitled to happiness by virtue of being alive. Muddy often made me feel as if I deserved to be one of these people. His enthusiasm for his own life made mine feel better by association. It was an enthusiasm that seeped into quotidian things like swimming, various kinds of rock music, karaoke, and, birds. The first time I saw him was on a warm afternoon in July. I'd just returned home to Dartford from university, and I had no intention of going back. I stood in the woods by my flat, staring at a small X-Acto knife cradled in my palm. I thought I'd submerged myself somewhere that felt thickly wooded enough that nobody would see me. It was so quiet. From the trees to the dirt to the wildflowers, it felt as if the woods were closing in on themselves. The quiet hadn't brought with it any peace. In fact, it had amplified my ominous thoughts. I pressed my eyes shut and begged life for something it had refused me, desperately hoping that once I opened them up again, amongst the leaves and branches, there it would be, some glorious manifestation of happiness. But when I opened my eyes, the world seemed darker somehow, crueler, as if it had collected in its palms my every failure, my every inadequacy, and presented them to me, instructing me to behold the beauty around me and deem my presence here inappropriate. I closed my eyes again. A hand suddenly landed on my shoulder, and I squeezed the knife tight, gasping in pain, dropping it into the ferns. I turned around, and there he was, a tall, husky guy holding a pair of binoculars, with brown hair down to his neck, and a concerned expression on his stubbled, dimpled face.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?